These 5 native advertising mistakes cost me more than $1 million, and this is how to avoid it. Hi, my name is Marcel Sattler. I'm the founder of Purple Black, a native advertising only agency. What we're doing on a daily basis is we run native advertising campaigns for native ads platforms like Taboola, Outbrain, Gemini, and many, many more. But the thing is, to learn native advertising is pretty hard, and there is almost zero legit source out there where you can learn native ads. Many people are just looking around and they're looking for native ads because native ads is a super huge opportunity for many brands and people out there. Doesn't matter if you're an affiliate, if you're an arbitrage, if you're an e-commerce or lead gen. However, it's start to take the first step because the entry barrier is so extremely hard when it comes to native ads, not just from an investment perspective, but also from a technical perspective. So if you're at the moment considering if you should start with native ads and you're thinking about the process itself, then this video is the right video for you because I will share from my experience my largest 5 mistakes in native ads, like with Taboola ads, Outbrain ads, and they cost me over $1 million for sure. So long story short, let's jump into the topic. The first thing is like cloning a funnel. I see this especially when it comes to affiliate marketing, but also in e-commerce with a similar product. So the thing is, when you run meta ads, for example, you are familiar with the Facebook ads library. And there is nothing very similar to that, but there are spy tools when it comes to native ads. So Taboola, for example, doesn't have like a ads library, but again, spy tools like Explicity or whatever they're called, they are like, you can type in for a keyword and you see all the relevant ads. You can click on the landing pages, however. So that means as soon as you think, okay, that funnel might be very profitable and working, then many people are just going there to these spy tools and they're just duplicating one by one the funnel. So they're copying everything. They copy the ads, the images, the headlines, the funnel, all the landing pages, everything. Then they start and then they're wondering, hey, why do you don't get the same results here? And the answer on that is pretty simple, because it's not the same funnel, even though you copied everything, because it's a different account, it's a different learning in the account. So just to duplicate everything does not make sense. It's like the same in business. When you start your business and you're starting with the same infrastructure, like for example, a big corporation like Microsoft or Apple, when you're just a solopreneur, it's way too much. It's no point to clone the infrastructure from Microsoft or from Oracle or whatever, from a huge company, because it's the totally wrong approach for you. And of course, these procedures and everything you can copy. The majority of them, they are public, but it's no point because you're in a completely different status or state at the moment. So it's no point just to duplicate it. And anyway, nowadays in 2024, it's more about creativity and creating your own funnel, because native ads is also content marketing, and content must be unique, especially in times when it comes to ChatGPT, whatever. So I don't tell you not to use AI tools or not to use new technology, but what I want to say here is you have to give people value in order to buy your product or service. These like shitty advertising stuff where you just duplicate anything and just make cheap prices and then it will work and the page looks scammy as fuck. This is not working anymore. So you need a new approach here on that in order to make it work. Second mistake I made personally is not to separate between devices. I was a Facebook media buyer when I started in the age of 17, so I was familiar with back then also very smart already algorithm. However, today it's way more. So long story short, I set up a campaign, and on Facebook you have the majority is mobile traffic, and it was like running, and the algorithm did the rest for me. However, when it comes to native ads, the big major traffic sources like Taboola and Outbrain, they do have something like an algorithm, but the algorithm is way behind if you compare it with Meta or Google. However, it makes sense, or you should always do it, to separate the campaigns between devices. So let's say you have one campaign, but this campaign you should separate between 2 or 3 devices. That's the best practice here. So you do have a separate campaign, exactly the same for desktop. Then you have more or less a duplicate, but just for smartphones. And then optionally, you do have a duplicate just for tablet traffic. The reason here is simple, because you can optimize way easier and you have different bids. So you set up a bid like the amount you want to pay, you are willing to pay for a click. It's a bidding system, it's a bidding platform here. It's important here to set a bit. And yes, for a desktop click, you pay more than for a, for example, mobile click. Important to understand. And if you're asking me now, hey, okay, but how much do you have to pay for a click? Doesn't matter, because first of all, there are different strategies. It's not always important how much you pay per click. And furthermore, it depends on so many circumstances, like in which country, for what device, obviously, but also for what niche, in what kind of traffic you are suggested to, whatever. So there are many, many things. There is no one fits all bit here, but again, it's important to separate the campaigns by device. The third mistake is not exclusively for native, but it's for media buying in general. And this is be emotional with campaigns. And I did it by myself so often. When you create a campaign and you put all the creativity and a lot of effort, a lot of work in it, and you set it live, you're super excited, you press the active, put the ads to active, and then you're waiting and wait and wait and wait and wait, but nothing crazy happened. The good results, they're not as good as expected. So that's the thing. That's a pain in the ass to be not as successful here with a very emotional campaigns. And maybe when you're not a media buyer, then it sounds a bit odd to be emotionally with a campaign, but you get automatically emotionally involved as soon as you put time and effort into a campaign. And I can tell you out of my own experience, it's extremely disappointing to put a campaign or to turn a campaign off where you put a lot of effort in. It's way easier to turn off a campaign when you're not emotionally involved. And this emotionally connection can happen very fast. Usually the rule of thumb here is the more effort you put in and the more creativity you put in, the more connected you are to this campaign emotionally. But as media buyer, this is my recommendation for you. As media buyer, it's just about KPIs. So take a look on the KPIs. Don't ride a dead horse here. So when you see, okay, the campaign just based on the KPIs does not make sense at all, turn it off. Hey, now you already saw my 3 biggest mistakes. We have 2 more to come yet. However, stop the video and write me in the comments below what was your biggest native advertising fail so far. But now back to the topic. The 4th mistake is too many changes, like overkill in a campaign and to turn off campaigns too soon. So what I see a lot of times when I speak with new young media buyers, that they're doing like they press more or less every 5 minutes on F5 to refresh the ads manager and do some changes, do some adaptations. But that's not the way you should do it. It's not day trading, So what I mean by that is it's no point always to adapt the campaigns and do day trading stuff or so. You also have to give the algorithm time. You also need time to be visible, to get the impressions, to let the funnel work. So don't overkill here the campaigns and don't cut them off too soon. So I see very often a media buyer who is familiar, for example, with Facebook traffic, they're like, okay, now I spent $200. I haven't received any conversion. Now I'll turn off the campaign. That's in the majority of cases not the right way, because usually you turn off a campaign too soon instead of optimizing it. So first of all, you have to optimize it and see, okay, where is the mistake? Where's the error inside the campaign? Why it's not working? Maybe you receive push traffic, maybe something in the funnel is not working. However, take a look into the statistics, into your funnel, and before you cut off the campaign too soon. And again, it's not day trading, so avoid, please, too many changes in a very short period of time. And last but not least, the 5th mistake is the wrong account type. So there are usually, for the majority of networks like Taboola, Outbrain, MJD, whatever, there are like self-service accounts, and there are accounts where you have a representative from the platform. There are sometimes differences in how profitable you can be, honestly, because sometimes, for example, at Taboola, you need an account with a rep in order to use something like a block list. So block lists avoid, for example, all this scammy push traffic, That means as soon as you're using a block list, for example, you can block the majority of push traffic, which is in the majority of cases not converting as good as you expected. So all these premium publishers, they're not running on push traffic. So you need to have something like a block list to cut off all the not converting garbage traffic. But this, for example, is just possible if you have a rep. The rep is also your direct connection to the platform, and you will need it because there are sooner or later some questions, and usually a rep do see more informations than you can see. So if you have a good connection to your rep, they can also share with you insights and give you valuable tips. So have a good connection with your rep. If you want to learn more about native ads, then I have a little gift for you. We do have a free course where we speak about the fundamentals when it comes to native advertising. This course is for Taboola ads, Outbrain ads, whatever. It's for nothing but native. And again, it's totally free. You can access the free course when you click the link in the show notes and just type in there the few basic informations and voila, you're ready to go and access the free course material. Even though it's free, we put in there a lot of golden nuggets. So it's definitely worth it. Check it out now. We're not done yet with this video, but you can really help me because we produce this content here totally for free to share with you some insights about native advertising. So you can really help me when you like the video now and of course when you subscribe to my channel to receive an update when it comes to native ads.